This is the show the Real Vision community has been asking for. 3 ideas. And exactly like the title suggests, an expert comes in and gives you 3 ideas about where you can put your money right now. It's not trading advice, but it is a starting point for you to do your own research. We're showing you a sneak peek, but click here to subscribe and get the rest.
I guess World War III would get me to sell NVIDIA because maybe I'd be selling a lot in that case, but nothing in terms of NVIDIA and its story.
So when do you get out then?
We would probably think about getting out 2030 or starting to take a lot of gains, but this is my number one pick for replacing the FANGs long term.
Wow, quite a statement. So moving on to your second trade, NVIDIA, in case anybody doesn't know this one, it's the graphics processing unit. And you're really interested in this one for a couple of reasons, a lot having to do with automotive. But I just want to take a step back for a second. Look, something similar to Netflix here. If you look at the stock performance, peaking in November of 2021, around $329 a share. October 2022, bottoms around 120. And now we're looking just about at $145. So here's another one that's been hammered, seems to be moving in the right direction. What are the major drivers for you as you look at 2023 for NVIDIA?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Samuel. I think what you're bringing up is a great point that NVIDIA and Netflix are very much off their highs. And that's why I wanted to bring them up, because these are large cap, mega cap type companies that we believe should be bought on any weakness, but most especially NVIDIA. That's one where you had asked me what would get me to change my Netflix thesis, and we talked about that. It'd be very, very hard for you to see a situation where I change my NVIDIA thesis. I've even said I think it'll be the world's most valuable company, and I think that'll happen in the next decade. Specifically for 2023, the reason we've been bullish on NVIDIA for the last few years all comes down to one thing, which is the A100 GPU. This was a breakthrough for the company. Because what it did is it unified training and inference into a single chip, where in the past their GPUs were mainly used for training. That just allowed such a huge competitive advantage already on NVIDIA's near monopoly that it's going to be hard for any competitor to catch up. And it also drives a ton of demand from the hyperscalers like Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, because the performance is so much higher due to the multi-instance GPU. It's 20x type leap in performance when the A100 came out. So that's in the past. But what happened this year is the next big release from NVIDIA, which is called the H100. And the H100 is really important because it incorporates what's called the transformer engine. So not only does NVIDIA have all of the 90%, so to speak, GPU AI accelerator market today, but they're capturing all future use cases. I'm sure you've heard about OpenAI, GPT-3, Chat GPT.
In case anybody didn't see this over the holidays, this was this chat bot that's run by AI. You can say, write me a story, write me a love story, write me a love story Shakespeare style, write me a love story Drake style, and it will do it. And I mean, it's had an enormous amount of users trying it out. And it's really a game changer. A lot of people see it, even in my field, in the media market, and that's driven by this technology.
Yeah, the T stands for transformer, and it's become a very popular neural network model because it eliminates the need for labeling data sets. So what it does is it mathematically finds patterns, and ultimately the H100 that just came out includes a transformer engine. This greatly reduces the time it takes to train a model. And so the point is that NVIDIA is so far in the future that they're able to release, GPUs that capture not only all of this hyperscaler CapEx. So when obviously Meta has a huge CapEx budget, things like that, NVIDIA is serving that CapEx budget, super important because how many budgets are that big? And then secondly, they're able to capture this new wave of AI development. So that makes them, in my opinion, the number one AI stock. And the reason why that's super important is because mobile was about a $5 trillion market. AI is going to be a minimum $15 trillion market. Mobile gave you Apple, obviously. Google, once a computer was in your pocket, the search engine, YouTube, Google Maps, everything exploded for Google around that time. And then Meta or Facebook, they had exploded with its native mobile app. So when you take the $5 trillion market that gave us some solid fangs, you times it by 3, and you've got NVIDIA right there. I mean, if you ask me what will get me to change my NVIDIA thesis, I'm literally going to tell you nothing.
Well, that is my next question, because
yeah.
I think in all of the episodes that we've done of 3 Ideas, nobody has walked in with a trade and said pretty much nothing. Now, obviously, you know, I know something would get you to change it if there were big moves, but I mean, you really see no downside from your vantage point in January of 2023 for NVIDIA.
The only downside is you're going to have to ride some waves. We bought when crypto mining was the narrative. We went ahead and we're buying. Because we just believe in the long-term story of AI. We believe NVIDIA has everything it needs to overcome the gaming sell-off, basically. And you had mentioned automotive. I haven't even gotten to automotive. Automotive is slated to be its largest segment by 2030, which is an enormous statement considering we've talked about it being the #1 AI stock. So NVIDIA is powering all the automotive OEMs. You haven't seen this yet because it's happening under the hood, if I can say so. And it will start to come out like 2024, 2026 is when it will become more apparent to investors. So we're buckled in and ready to see those gains. I guess World War III would get me to sell NVIDIA because maybe I'd be selling a lot in that case, but nothing in terms of NVIDIA and its story.
So when do you get out then?
We would probably think about getting out 2030 or starting to take a lot of gains, but this is my #1 pick for replacing the fangs long term.
Wow, quite a statement.
We hope you enjoyed the video. At Real Vision, we help you understand the complex world of finance, business, and the global economy with in-depth analysis from real experts. Join the revolution at realvision.com.